Well, the president is threatening to sue the comedian after saying that he had visited Epstein Island. We're talking about Trevor Noah. Now, that's all right here, folks. Anyway, the president weighing in on last night's Grammy Awards, and it's quite a mess, to be perfectly honest. Here we go. Here's what President Trump had to say. I can't speak for Bill, but I've never been to Epstein Island or anywhere else close until tonight's false and defamatory statement. Have never been accused of being there, not even by the fake news media. I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC. Get ready, Noah. I'm going to have some fun with you. Well, the night, not so much about celebrating music as much as it was about taking cheap shots at ICE agents. Bad Bunny also won an award, delivering his acceptance speech in English, I suppose, so we could all understand his hatred of ICE agents.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm going to say ICE out. We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans, and we are Americans.
All right. Mr. Bunny is the star of Sunday's Super Bowl halftime show. He plans on wearing a dress to honor queer people, and his entire performance will be in Spanish. And Billie Eilish used her time at the Grammys to declare that no one is illegal on stolen land. Turns out Miss Eilish lives in a multi-million-dollar mansion in Los Angeles on land that once belonged to the Tongva tribe. You know, it only seems right that maybe she needs to turn over the deed of her mansion to the Indians. Either that or she could, I don't know, just simply house a few hundred illegals on the grounds of her lavish estate. Join me now, Sandy Rios, host of the Sandy Rios 24/7 show, Michael Wilson from Patriot Talk Radio in Houston. Good to have both of you with us. Sandy, the irony here of what we saw last night at the Grammys, your reaction?
Well, I'm always struck by their ignorance. I used to be a musician, but as I was a musician, professional singer, I actually knew what was going on in the world. Bad Bunny says we're not animals, we're not savages. He's referring to what's happening in Minneapolis. I wonder what kind of person it was that bit off the finger of the ICE agent and tried to bite the finger off of another agent. That sounds a little bit like an animal to me. And in regard to his performance at Super Bowl, I want to appeal to people. Todd, I talk all the time about asking people to say something, do something. If you don't want to get out on the streets, if you don't want to identify yourself as a patriotic American, you can turn off the Super Bowl halftime and go to Turning Point's halftime. It's going to be on X, it's going to be on YouTube. That's low drag patriotism. Do you want your kids to see this guy dressed in a dress with vulgarity? He's honestly, as a musician, I don't understand his popularity. I kind of wonder if domain voting machines had something to do with all the numbers he pulls in. Sorry. But I just really, I cannot believe his popularity. He's so base and disgusting. And he's not a typical Puerto Rican. Todd, I was married to a Puerto Rican for 20 years. I have a Puerto Rican family. My father-in-law was a master sergeant in the Army. He served in Vietnam twice. They love this country. He is an embarrassment to every Puerto Rican I know.
All right, Michael, another artist, we mentioned Billie Eilish. Let's take a listen to exactly what she said.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
All right, what's your take on that one, Michael?
I mean, this has been the crazy line the left has been using for what, like 30 years now, that this is somehow stolen land, as if they don't understand that all land all across the globe has come from somewhere and belonged to a different people group. That's how global history works. And so when you look at America and you say, well, whose land was it before? Because they always group Native Americans into sort of this one like ethno state, which it wasn't. It was a variety of different cultures, customs, and traditions that were constantly in work, sort of like what you look at in Haiti, where you have of warlords and tribalism going on. That's what we had here. We came in, and as many people on the right have been highlighting since the dawn of Western civilization in the Americas, we fixed a lot of what went on, from child sacrifice to blood oaths. All of these things that were absolutely tribal horrors were fixed by what they want to call as some sort of theft, some sort of stolen land agenda. The reality is, Todd, that this is not stolen land. It's conquered land, as the world works. We conquered it. We made it better. It's ours now. Move on.
And of course, they don't want to talk about the reality of the natives, as they refer to them. These are folks who, let's say, kept slaves. They took other Indian tribes as slaves, and they slaughtered many Indian tribes. It was a very violent land, but they don't want to talk about that part of it. Sandy, I do want to talk about Jelly Roll, though, who really delivered quite a stunning announcement during his address. Let's take a listen.
First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord. I believe that music had the power to change my life, and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
Wow. Sandy, what do you think about that?
I love it. He should be on Newsmax. I was going to comment on your other story. You know, the reason Mondami and the New Yorkers hate Newsmax is because you speak the truth. And I'm proud to be part of your family. We speak the truth without apology. And that's what he did. He spoke the truth to that audience. And I love that he took the politics out of it. I love it. I'm all for it. Repeat. Let's listen to Jelly Roll again.
Well, you know, I wish we had time for that. But, Michael, I do want to get your take on the mayor's office. They've been told, or at least asked to, take Newsmax off those TV screens and the taxi cabs. What say you?
It's the same thing the left always does, Todd, and they do this every time. It is impossible to find a leftist, legitimately impossible, who is morally consistent with their argumentation. The very same left that was going clinically insane over the fact that we wanted people fired for making insensitive comments we had all over the state of Texas. You had teachers and educators and administrators who were coming out and saying awful things in the wake of the Charlie Kirk assassination, saying things about finding more conservatives to do the same thing too. And we said, hey, you know, it's probably not a good thing that those sorts of people have the authority to educate our kids. There should be some sort of standard as to what teachers should be required to believe and to say in public. And when these teachers are saying crazy things, we kind of don't want them working for us. The leftists that claimed over and over and over again that was a huge violation of the First Amendment are the very same leftists who are now calling for a boycott of a brand merely playing the program through the taxi cabs because you're playing unbiased media. I mean, who do they want them? Do they either want no news, or of course they want someone like CNN, MSNBC, NBC News, and you're going to them for a non-biased perspective? Like I said, there's no moral consistency at all, and you can see that in their day-to-day lives.
Todd, can I add something?
Michael, we're going to have to leave it there. Go right ahead, Sandy. Yeah.
Well, I'm always talking to people about why they feel so differently than we do. We wonder, and we know it's because of what they watch. If people want to know what Newsmax and where they stand on the spectrum, think about it. Mamdami's New York doesn't want Newsmax. That's what you should be watching.
All right, Sandy, Michael, guys, thank you. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.